Good evening and welcome to the 22nd Annual City of Tempe Youthfest Courage Awards and Changemaker Recognition event. Tonight, the City of Tempe, Mayor Mark Mitchell, and the Tempe City Council, the Tempe Diablos, and our local school leaders are here to recognize Tempe's outstanding youth for their commendable efforts and their contributions to our community. These young people are positive role models and an inspiration to others. You've been through so much just to be here, and I know exactly how that feels. A month after I graduated high school, I became homeless. I was homeless for 3 years, living in the streets of Atlanta in my car with no one to help me. But today I stand before you, a college graduate and a journalist at the Arizona Republic, the largest newspaper in the state. I said all that to say no one knows all the battles you face to be here, but we are here, and that deserves a round of applause.
Tonight, we are all inspired and filled with pride during the Tempe Changemakers and Courage Awards. The recipients have accomplished so much already, and fortunately for all of us, have so much more to give. We will honor 35 students as Tempe Changemakers. They were selected by their peers and schools for their dedication to making our community a better place. And when these students see a problem, they are known as the ones to take action and to create a positive change.
At this time, I'm pleased to introduce this year's Changemakers of the Tempe Union High Schools. Diana Gomez. Diana has been a member of the Key Club for 4 years. During that time, she has been a leader in all she does, both behind the scenes and an example to others. She is the go-to person to help run and plan events. She never seeks accolades, but always looks to make others shine. Daniela Quintero. Daniela is a member of Micha, a student club that promotes higher education, community engagement, advocacy, culture, and history. She has worked very hard to make this an official group at Tempe High, spearheading fundraising events and organizational meetings. The group has grown so much with Daniela's tireless work, all while she maintains a fine academic record. She has even been accepted to the engineering program at ASU. Jose Bernal. Jose always impresses his teachers with the kindness he shows others. He is always willing to help and answer questions and does so with a smile. Jose has both a kind soul and a good work ethic. He is a positive member of both Tempe High School and the community of Tempe. He is an excellent student in the rigorous international baccalaureate program and will no doubt make the world a better place. Nemo Gua. Nemo is the epitome of a change maker. Born in Kenya and the eldest of 9 children. Nemo is carving out a path to success by being the first in her family to graduate from high school. She maintains an AB GPA while enrolled in IB and honors classes. She is an active member of Hope, Avid, Teen Court, and Shades. She touches everyone she meets with her incredible smile and genuine heart. Eddy Vega Beltran. Eddy faced many obstacles as he began high school. He has not meeting his academic goals and looked to find a way to change his path. Eddy worked hard and is now graduating with a full tuition Obama Scholar Program grant to ASU. He has been leading our DECA and speech debate team, which he helped to revive this year at Tempe High. Eddy has improved his grades, impacted clubs and initiatives on our campus, and he continues to be a positive impact in the Tempe High campus. Kyndra Parker. Kyndra is a change maker for many reasons. She treats every student, teacher, and faculty member with dignity and respect. Kyndra is a member of many clubs at McClintock and is a leader at the school. She is honest, conscientious, and committed student. She is goal-oriented and self-motivated. Kyndra has proven to be a valuable asset to the early childhood preschool program and represents McClintock High in a very positive light to our preschool parents and community. Emily Berthamune. Emily is the combination of hard work, creativity, and compassion on campus. In her film and TV program, she works diligently to create a news show for the school that is informative and entertaining while modeling her work ethic to the rest of the class. She works to guide and teach younger class members on how to create a quality news show. This year, she even won 3rd place in the District Film Festival for her short film creation. She is the 3-sport athlete, serving as captain and mentoring the younger athletes. Thaddeus Kenwell. Thaddeus is a wonderful person in and out of the classroom. He succeeds in AP classes, contributes to music programs at McClintock, works a part-time job, and serves his community as a team leader of the teen court. Thad has a strong belief in giving students chances to correct their own behavior through service. He is a professional, dependable, and emotes an enthusiasm for local government. This past fall, Thaddeus served as skill moderator for McClintock's student-led TUHSD Governing Board Candidate Forum, which provided the public opportunity to learn about their choices in education. Justice Harasha. Justice's passion is changing lives and making this world a better place for everyone. Justice works diligently to improve the quality of life in his community and communicates this message to everyone. He is the president of Model UN. He frequently tutors younger students and encourages them to get involved in their school and make a difference in their community. He will no doubt change the world. Lena Stevens. Lena is a wonderful young lady who constantly kind and understanding. She has often been observed standing up for students. She makes friends quickly and with anyone around her. She is the student council president, leads by example, and is always on campus motivating other students to take part in activities and clubs. Shannon West. Shannon is the class of 2019. She is a member of the first group of students to complete the CTE Law and Public Safety program. Shannon is the first and only high school student in Arizona to intern with CARE 7, the city's victims advocacy branch of the Tempe Police Department. Shannon volunteers 8 to 10 hours a week, assisting victims of crime in Tempe. She is bringing about change into her community by working with one of Tempe residents in need of compassion and expertise. Her hard work is changing lives. Meghan Norrish. Meghan is an amazing leader and actively attempts to make a difference. As drama club president and choir council rep, people respect her as a compassionate leader. She makes thoughtful and intentional decisions and has made changes to better our performing arts programs on campus and in our community. Daniela Pinado. Daniela is very active in both the Best Buddies and Gay Straight Alliance clubs at Marcos de Niza. Her efforts to promote positive change on campus and the community have created positive change. She has participated in Best Buddies for 4 years and has served as the chapter president for the past 2. She has been instrumental in designating and implementing inclusive activities and programs, such as Spread the Word to End the Word, events, kickball games, and more. She has represented MDN at local and national leadership events. She feels strongly that all people should be treated with respect and dignity, and she works hard to foster understanding and acceptance for everyone. Lindsay Wagner. With her leadership skills and dedication, Lindsay has revitalized the Marcos de Niza Gay Straight Alliance Club as its chapter president this year. She was previously involved in the club, but this year has taken it to new levels. She has inspired her fellow students to make more active roles in advocating for the rights of all people. She has promoted positive change on the campus through her many efforts. Breagan Hatch. Reagan is committed Tempe resident, actively trying to make a positive change in the community. She surrounds herself with like-minded individuals who value education and community in schools. She currently serves on the Mayor's Youth Advisory Committee and is a delegate for 2019 Sister Cities. Brooke Schmidt. Brooke is a senior at Corona. She's a straight A student who has taken numerous AP classes. She is involved in track as a thrower for all 4 years. She was involved in swimming and many other clubs on campus. She is both an excellent student, leader in academics and athletics. Melanie Furman. Melanie is currently the editor-in-chief of The Sunrise, Corona's high school newspaper. Melanie seemingly always has a positive attitude and conducts herself in a poised and mature manner. Overseeing your peers is not an easy task, and she does it with grace and respect. She is also vice president of National Honor Society and a member of the Governor's Youth Commission. Melanie is naturally intellectual and inquisitive and impresses her teachers with her ability to work toward a common goal with her peers. Jobo Zhang. Jobo has dedicated almost 500 community service hours to making a difference in his community. He has donated time at food banks, shelter, the STEAM program at the Sunset Public Library, where he teaches children ages 6 to 12 years old once a week about careers in science, technology, engineering, art, and mathematics. He is president of the Key Club and loves to help others through volunteerism. Carter Bauer. Carter is one of the founding members of the Be the Change Club at Corona. He has coordinated collections for the homeless, food drives, book drives, and much more. This club has become a very big club on campus and is making a difference in students' lives. Carter is a varsity athlete and a straight A honor student. He is active in the Tempe Mayor's Youth Advisory Commission and the Superintendent Student Advisory Committee. Carter is also involved with his church community and will be traveling to South Africa this summer to take part in some humanitarian efforts. Taylor Wise. Taylor is a hardworking student who spends her time as an athlete and an active club participant. As member of Best Buddies, Aztec Strong, Theater Works, and Science Club, Talia goes out of her way to help those who need. She is a strong advocate for students, helping students. She not only demonstrates this through the clubs and athletes, but she participates in special education rooms on campus. She plans to make even more of an impact when it comes to special education by attending Northern Arizona University, where she will study to become a special education teacher. Jessica Calibration. Jessica is a student that anyone can turn to for assistance. Counselors needed her assistance for finalizing our school's ECAP, and Jessica volunteered her services. Mountain Point is putting together a lip dub, and Jessica jumped in with a how can I help attitude. She is kind and respectful to everyone she encounters and has been a phenomenal mentor to underclassmen. Christian Perez. As one of the founding members of the One Day at a Time Club of Mountain Point High School, Christian has helped raise funds to provide assistance to those who are less fortunate in the community. Christian champions causes around school and ensures that each activity is well publicized, and students and staff at MTP look forward to these activities each year. Christian is also a member of NHS and the Hispanic Latino Club, which he helped create a larger presence on campus. Clara Haldaji. Clara is a student with vision. Throughout her high school career, she has worked to help make her campus and community a better place. Most recently, she has been working with March for Our Lives to bring more social workers into every TUHSD school. She works actively with the Pride Strong Club, as well to ensure students at Mountain Point have access to information and help related to suicide prevention awareness. Hope Swatston. Hope is a person who gets out of her way to make everyone feel welcome and included. In robotics, she walks new members through every step of the building process. She's kind, caring, and motivated to help everyone. Every day, Hope shares her positive outlook with others, persuading them to look at things in a similar way. She truly cares about every person and strives every day to be better than the next. Her attitude is contagious by all who interact with her. Jenna Bash. Jenna is a senior at Mountain Point and has led the charge for school safety and reform since the nationwide movement, March for Our Lives, formed last year. Jenna rallied a large contingency of students to participate in the statewide rally, continued the cause by pushing for student voter registration, and created a student advocacy club. Her organization, passion, and strong voice is why she's a change maker. Jessica Ives. Jessica is the co-president of Thunder Buddies Club at Desert Vista. She helps with our life skills population in many ways. She volunteers with Special Olympics, helps plan Desert Vista Mountain Point Life Skills Prom, and is a teacher assistant in one of the life skills classrooms. She takes the time to greet our life skills students every day and learn about them. Armando Montero. Armando is responsible, committed, polite, and an independent student. However, he is so much more than just a great student. Armando is working to change the world through his efforts outside of the classroom. Armando is currently working to enact change in the district and at the state legislature to provide students with more mental health supports. He has worked to get seniors registered to vote. He attended board meetings and has spoken at the Capitol. His initiative, passion, and drive must be celebrated. Margaret Braun. Margaret is a natural leader. While at Desert Vista, she has spearheaded a student-led movement to educate students about issues of inclusion, celebrate diversity on campus. The school just held its second annual student-led diversity assembly and week of activities creating dialogue about diversity and inclusion. Margaret is passionate about creating an inclusive environment on our campus where everyone is valued. Donish Dowdy. Donish is also helped to organize Desert Vista's Diversity Assembly. He worked with other students to organize the event and was the MC for the assembly. The entire student body has benefited from his efforts. Not only does he encourage students' inclusion and acceptance for all students, but he actively engages in these conversations and stands up for students when they need it most. Desert Vista's campus is lucky to have Donish and as a student and believes every day from his positive influence. Zachary Hills. Zachary is a high-achieving student and member of student council and participates in speech and debate. He is active in the community and within the school, promoting understanding and acceptance. Zachary has spent the last few years dedicating his time and efforts to Desert Vista Student Council and various charities. He has spearheaded efforts to collect water for Clean Water Drive, food, and multiple food drives, and clothes and various clothing drives. He has also volunteered his time and efforts to help Desert Vista raise over $12,000 for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Kylie McCarty. Kylie deserves the title of Changemaker because she is ready to change the world. She is a member of Student Council and the Kind Club. She is a go-getter, and she knows how to make things happen. She is dedicated to compadre and works to create positive change on campus. She is helpful to all students and teachers and comes to school every day with a smile on her face. Maria Ordonez. Since arriving to Compadre, Maria has successfully balanced the EVIT Medical Assistant Program, after-school Lobo Lab, part-time work, and has maintained a high GPA. In addition, Maria has excelled in her geometry math class. She arrives at school every day with a sunny attitude that is so contagious it makes everyone around her happy. Alyssa Howdagy. Through her commitment to JAG and the pack mindset at Compadre, Alyssa models what Lobo pride looks like every day. From her continuous volunteerism to her positive attitude of always putting in the extra effort, Alyssa's attitude and growth mindset has blazed a trail for other students to follow. She is not only a role model on our campus, but truly a leader in our school community. Jonathan Castro Lupercio. Since coming to Compadre 2 years ago, Jonathan has improved in all areas of student achievement and has taken a leadership role on campus. He is always kind to both peers and staff at Compadre, and he is developing into a responsible young man that strives to make a positive impact on those around him. Christopher Mathis. Chris is one of those students that just brightens up the classroom. His willingness to lead discussions, to ask appropriate questions that allow students to learn, and to be positive with learning is appreciated by those around him. He is kind, funny, and an all-around pleasure to spend time with. Please give all of our Changemakers a round of applause. At this time, we are pleased to honor the Youthfest 2019 Courage Award recipients. These young people have demonstrated the courage it takes to succeed in the world while facing great odds. They have risen above and beyond to be successful in their day-to-day lives. As you will see, and I believe you will agree, these young people are an inspiration to us all. Tonight's recipients will be receiving a plaque recognizing their courage and a $150 gift card. So let's get this started. This evening's first award is presented by Mayor Mitchell.
Well, thank you so much. It's my pleasure to introduce our first Courage Award recipient this evening, Miss Elsa Horteras. Could you please come forward? Well, hang on, I'll call you in a second, just so you can hear what we're going to say. I'm honored here tonight to present the Courage Award to Tempe High School student Elsa Horteras. Wise beyond her years, Elsa is a senior at Tempe High. At just 17, she's an independent young adult, juggling IB courses, playing in the school mariachi band, and managing to plan for her future. However, her smile and engaging personality reassures anyone that meets her, this young lady, that she knows exactly what she's doing. And though Elsa will be graduating with honors this spring, getting to this point has not been easy. After a difficult childhood of living with her mother suffering from mental illness, Elsa was asked to leave her home for good last year. Although she had been asked to leave by her mother during previous mental health crisis, this time it was for good. Elsa has stayed with her maternal grandparents off and on during her childhood, and they agreed to provide her a home once again. Unfortunately, they live about 40 miles from Tempe High School, but Elsa was determined to make the trek every day, each day, to complete her education. Elsa remembers many times that her mom suffered from the debilitating effects of untreatable mental illness. Even though her mother was not always supportive of Elsa's passion for learning, she was determined. She was accepted into the IB program at Tempe High and spends 3 to 4 hours studying each night. Elsa admits she hasn't always excelled in school, but credits her sister for inspiring her to be a better student. In addition to a rigorous school schedule, Elsa works 15 to 20 hours a week at a fitness studio and teaches ballet classes to the kids at the fitness studio. She also likes to babysit, and she loves to read. Elsa is passionate about interesting people and hopes to someday tell their stories through documentary film. She plans to attend the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communications at Arizona State University. Elsa is extremely appreciative of her support that her sister Emily has provided her with her for her college applications as well as her essays. Elsa loves to learn new things and is always interested in improving herself. She founded the school's speech and debate team to learn better ways to help communicate. It's not surprising that Elsa believes in working with what you have to achieve success. Elsa Horteras, please come forward to accept your 2019 Courage Award.
Good evening. It is my distinct pleasure this evening to introduce Debbie Hoops. Debbie is an 8th grader at Kyrene Middle School who has the courage to thrive despite life challenges. Starting in 5th grade, Debbie experienced difficult situations in both her home life and school, which led to what she describes as her dark time. She experienced depression and low self-esteem, leading to feeling as if she wanted to give up. Debbie knew she needed support and took the initiative to seek help from her parents and the school social worker, Mrs. Nicole Conrad, who is here with us this evening. Through Debbie's hard work and perseverance, she has been able to move forward out of the dark. She still has blue days, but now uses the coping skills she has developed to face her struggles and to move forward. Debbie's personality, smile, and overall demeanor is contagious. She shows compassion for everyone around her. She bravely shares her struggles with depression with her classmates. She hopes by sharing her journey, she can help remove the shame associated with asking for help. Her willingness to open up has led to other students who have reached out to school staff for mental health support. Inspired by those who have helped her, she hopes to be a counselor one day and continue to shine a light for others experiencing their dark times. Debbie does not just shine her light at school, she is a tireless cheerleader at home too. Her dad has experienced ongoing medical issues, and Debbie has consistently been there to offer her love and support. She is also a big sister who provides encouragement and care for her siblings. She keeps a close eye on her brother Johnny, who also attends Kyrene Middle School. She is his champion and is always looking out for him. In closing, I would like to share a portion of a poem that Debbie wrote. Knowing that all the bad stuff today will just be a memory in my future. Knowing that nothing will go as I plan if I don't try. Never giving up because I am worth something. If I put my mind to it, I can do it. Debbie, please come forward to receive your Courage Award.
When Stephen was asked who he could meet, dead or alive, he chose Jim Carrey. His answer is something he can explain by his personality. Jim Carrey is someone who goes through things and finds the best in situations. He makes people laugh. He sees the brightness in life. That's what I want. That's what I want to see, the brightness in situations and move forward towards something better. This outlook is rare for anyone, let alone a teenager. And it is his positive outlook that keeps him moving forward on a positive path. Growing up hasn't always been easy for Stephen. His mother, who loves him dearly, has faced many personal struggles. At a very young age, Stephen has had to take responsibilities that most teenagers do not have to worry about. While most teenagers are worried about homework, Stephen had to focus on household duties. He has stepped up to help his mother, and even though they had to struggle, they continued to lean on each other. As a young person, Stephen found himself in a situation that kept him out of school for a year. In that year, Stephen had to learn that everyone faces struggles, and it is important to use those struggles in a positive way to help move forward. Single decisions do not define a person, and Stephen has to prove that you can pick yourself back up, and keep going. It was this motivation that has focused Stephen's dedication to graduate from high school. Currently, Stephen leaves home at 5:40 a.m. every morning to make a 28-mile bus ride. Because of his his year-long absence, he fell behind, so he had to start online classes to catch himself up. While these classes normally take a student a full semester to complete, Stephen has completed 2 classes in 1 semester and another one in 4 weeks. Stephen is now on track to graduate in May this year. Even more impressive is how Stephen has accomplished this task. He does not have a computer or a laptop at home, so he managed to do his schoolwork in his 90-minute bus ride using his cell screen on his cell phone. Stephen has grown up into a wonderful young man who loves art, acting. He has a YouTube channel. He's a YouTuber, I guess. He is someone who knows that you cannot control the outside forces that come into your life, but you can choose how to handle them. Tonight, we're honored and privileged for the hard work, and I'm pleased to present Stephen with the 2019 Courage Award.
It is my pleasure to introduce our next Courage Award recipient, Xavier Lockett. Xavier is a junior at Mountain Point High School, where he excels in his classes and is a member of the varsity football team. This may sound like the ideal life for a teenager, but there is much more going on in Xavier's life than one might expect. In 2011, Xavier's mother, Vanessa, was in a serious car accident. Following the accident, she experienced additional health issues and was diagnosed with lupus. Xavier suddenly had to grow up much faster than he had expected. As the only other person in their home, Xavier has become caregiver for his mom. Over the past 8 years, Vanessa has been hospitalized over 50 times. Xavier drives Vanessa to various treatments as well as numerous medical appointments. Many times he stays with her for the entire appointment to provide her with support. Xavier has also taken on responsibility of contributing financially to his household. He is a hard worker with outstanding work ethic and character and has been promoted many times. As you can imagine, personal commitments take Xavier away from school on a regular basis. But not being one to complain, he did not tell anyone at school or ask for help. It wasn't until a counselor asked to speak with him about his large number of absences that he shared his struggles. Once his teachers became aware of the situation, they were able to help him keep up with his classwork. He has never complained about his life circumstance or used it as an excuse to get out of assignments. And despite the demanding hours required for his schoolwork, caring for his mother, and work, Xavier continues to play football. Tracy Guidorzi, Xavier's previous English teacher, nominated him for this award because despite the numerous roadblocks that have been thrown in his path, he has never given in to the difficulties or taken the easy way out. Ms. Guidorzi says that Xavier is dependable, conscientious, and determined. Despite the tremendous responsibilities he has both at home and at school, he is committed to his personal success and manages his obligations with grace and ease. When his mother's medical appointments require him to miss school, he checks in with the teachers on what he can do at home or plans a time to come in and make up his work. When in school, he serves as an example to his peers through his attention in class, respectful demeanor, and commitment to his education. Xavier's strength of character at home while caring for his mother, in school while working towards a future in engineering, and on the football field as a varsity slot receiver and defensive corner are evidence of a young man with tremendous work ethic. Xavier is also a leader and role model both on and off the football field. He says that for him, football is a different world. When he steps out onto the field, he must focus on his obligation to his team, and everything else goes away. Xavier is inspired by his family. His mother, Vanessa, worked as a special needs teacher and has always been committed to helping others. She always tells Xavier that when you believe in yourself, anything is possible. Xavier also finds inspiration in his father, Otis, who has always pushed him to be the best as an athlete and as a student. Additionally, Xavier's older sister, Brittany, has been a tremendous support for him since they were young. She is always there to listen and provide him with her honest input and feedback. In addition to everything Xavier has on his plate, he also regularly volunteers for Feed My Starving Children and at his church, where he prepares backpacks for underprivileged children. Xavier feels that when you believe in yourself, you can accomplish great things. He feels that what he has learned through his own challenges can help others who are facing their own struggles. Xavier Lockett, for your courage, determination, and commitment as a son, a student, and an athlete, and on behalf of the City of Tempe, I am honored to present you with your 2019 Youthfest Courage Award. Xavier, please come forward and accept your award.
I am honored to present the next Courage Award to McClintock High School senior Charlotte Fornaciero. Charlotte is an inspiration because, despite the myriad of challenges she faces living with bipolar disorder, she displays wisdom, drive, and personal ambition that surpass those of most adults. Charlotte maintains a 4.2 GPA and has already been accepted in the NAU Honors College, where she will pursue a nursing degree. Her goal is to become a nurse midwife with the ultimate goal of one day opening a birthing center for women with mental illness. Charlotte is an excellent student, and her favorite classes include AP Biology because of its connection to her future health care goals. She enjoys honors art, where her favorite medium is oil painting, and she enjoys choir too. This past summer, Charlotte had the opportunity to travel to Europe with stops in London, Paris, and Italy. Her favorite city was Rome because of her Italian heritage, but also because of the city's beauty and history, almost like time had stopped. Even with a busy school schedule, Charlotte finds time to volunteer as an adoption counselor and kennel assistant with the Maricopa County Animal Care and Control. She loves to be a part of connecting pets with their perfect families. Charlotte also volunteers in her church nursery and works with the program I Help, assisting in meal preparation. Charlotte's parents are her inspiration. Her mom accepted the challenge of going back to work after years of staying at home, and Charlotte recognizes that her mom works hard to support her. Charlotte is also very proud of her dad, knowing the struggles that he too has faced. She looks up to both of her parents and is proud of them. Charlotte would like to thank Mrs. Kahn for encouraging her to apply for scholarships and awards, and for reading through all her college and scholarship essays. She would also like to thank her chemistry teacher, Mrs. Lenz, who supported her during her sophomore year when she had numerous hospitalizations. Mrs. Lenz always worked with Charlotte to make sure that she was able to complete her assignments. Charlotte's words of advice for others who may be struggling with a mental illness are, "No one can save you. You need to do it yourself. It will all be okay. It will work out." Her favorite quote is, "Nothing in life is easy. Everything that is worth it in life is never easy." Charlotte also believes that what happens in your childhood doesn't have to define you. Charlotte, your compassion, empathy, and work ethic are truly an inspiration to everyone. On behalf of the City of Tempe, please come up and receive your Courage Award.
Hello, everyone. There's an old adage that says, everyone you meet is fighting a battle you know nothing about. Be kind. With this in mind, it is my honor, truly my honor, to introduce our next Courage Award recipient, Ashley Blunt. Ashley is a senior at Tempe High School, and she is involved in many extracurricular activities. When you meet Ashley and hear of her accomplishments, you may not expect that she also carries a story involving many obstacles. At age 9, Ashley assumed responsibility for herself as well as her brother and 2 sisters. She performed household tasks and chores as her parents could not, and in 2012, Ashley and her siblings were placed into foster care separately. While in foster care, Ashley lived in Aaha and Buckeye for 4 years and focused on schoolwork, and theater club. Before 9th grade, Ashley set a goal to earn all A's throughout all 4 years of high school, with the exception of 1 B. But we've talked about that, so it's okay. Ashley has definitely met this goal. Ashley currently works 4 days a week while staying committed to volunteering at school, and Ashley maintains a head of household role by helping pay the bills and buying food for the family. Ashley is committed to many extracurricular activities in addition to holding a job and serving as a volunteer. Ashley was involved in the junior ROTC and earned many ribbons in leadership, community service, top performance, and great conduct. Ashley is also part of the speech and debate team and now serves as a president of the theater club, where she has organized and performed in several productions, including 12 Angry Men and 10 Ways to Survive the Zombie Apocalypse. So now we know where we're going to go if there's a zombie attack. In theater club, Ashley has bonded with her friends and says she feels it is a real family. Ashley is a senior representative for the Hope Club at Tempe High, which stands for Health Occupations Preparatory Education. In Hope Club, Ashley's leadership in recent years has been an integral part of the club's success. With this program, she has had the opportunity to volunteer at the office at Tempe St. Luke's Hospital. Her work at Tempe St. Luke's includes greeting patients, assisting secretaries, and answering phone calls. Ashley says that working with the public has taught her many things and recognizes that people may look differently than they're actually feeling. Ashley's involvement in extracurricular activities allows her to keep a positive mental attitude. Ashley states, "Growing up poor has made me determined to make something out of myself. I have developed a positive outlook on life because I had to be strong for my siblings. I also take advantage of every opportunity put in front of me. I go all out and push myself to be better." As Ashley finds balance in her school life, work life, and home life, she maintains optimism by looking to the future that includes nursing school at ASU, go Devils, and exploring their theater program. In speaking with Ashley, it is quickly evident that she is able to find a balance between being independent and serving as a leader. Ashley has dreams of traveling the world and admires history, art, and architecture from places like Venezuela, Italy, and Egypt, and hopes to participate in the program Nurses Without Borders someday. When asked what words she would offer to those experiencing a similar situation, Ashley says, "Although this may sound a little cheesy, things will get better. They will only get better by your own choice." Ashley would like to thank her cousin, Annabelle, for her support and showing Ashley a positive pathway, her grandmother, Dottie, who Ashley refers to as her mother, and Tempe High Guidance Counselor, Miss Marks, who is here tonight, for serving as a support in her transition to Tempe High and assisting with college preparation. Ashley Blunt, in recognition of your outstanding courage and perseverance, please come on up to the stage to accept this 2019 Youthfest Courage Award.
Good evening. The challenge I have today is to figure out how to introduce someone that deserves our attention but shuns the spotlight. So hopefully with her permission, I can thread that needle and introduce you to Evie Johnston, for she is someone unlike anyone else you know. Evie is a student who pursues her passion each day. Evie reads like most of us breathe. She is a voracious reader and can most always be found reading. As you see me now, you see me breathing. If you glance at Evie, more likely than not, you will see her reading. Evie's teachers agree that they have never met such a passionate and prolific reader with a gentle spirit. Evie is an 8th grade student at Aspire Academy at Connolly Middle School. As a twice exceptional student, Evie is talented and faces challenges at the same time. As an elementary student, Evie had many frustrating moments, which resulted in an overall dislike for school. Often feeling angry, confused, and frustrated by the world that did not understand her, Evie had to rely less on others and more on her own abilities and determinations. What was unknown at the time, is that Evie is both academically gifted and also has Asperger's, a type of autism. Once recognized, it was as if her superpowers manifested, and both her talents and eccentricities were understood. The Aspire program is able to meet Evie's complex learning needs by offering an individualized learning environment, including a smaller class size and adaptive curriculum. Living a life with autism and giftedness is something few of us could ever truly understand or imagine, even those who know Evie best. Over the last few years, Evie has successfully transitioned to middle school and rekindled her love of learning and school. Evie has won over her teachers with her kindness, with her sense of humor, and her admirable deep passion for reading. Although preferring to keep to herself, Evie has repeatedly demonstrated her ability to collaborate with her peers and is choosing more to participate in social situations. Evie has demonstrated amazing strength and courage in choosing to remain true to who she is, an incredibly gifted student with a passion for reading, unmatched among others. As many students aspire to the yearly million-word club, Evie routinely sets the pace with a monthly million-word club. And with meeting her and her family, it's not uncommon for her to read 2 books a day. I'm in awe of you, Evie. Despite her social and emotional changes, Evie has been participating in a mentoring program to read to younger students with special needs. Not surprisingly, Evie has flourished with helping young readers, as her passion for reading is contagious. She wants to be either an editor, an author, or my favorite, a Dungeons and Dragons master one day. Evie was recently accepted into the Peggy Payne Academy, for which we want to congratulate her tonight. So congratulations, Evie. She will continue working with school staff who will help her realize the potential of her gifts, including her voracious appetite of narratives. Evie would like to thank her two loving and devoted parents, for which she credits as not being here without them. And typical of her precise humor, she means that both figuratively and literally. She would also like to thank her sister, Amelie, for her support with math homework. So on behalf of the city of Tempe and in honor of your strength and perseverance, I am proud to present you with the 2019 Youthfest Courage Award. Evie, please come up and accept your award.
Good evening. When you sit down across from Anya Griffin, you see a young lady with poise, confidence, and a contagious smile. If you ask her what her dreams and aspirations are, she will tell you that she wants to be a high school history teacher. What you would never guess is that this young lady has seen and endured more tragedy in her short life than most of us see in a lifetime. Upon entering high school, Anya was being raised by her mother. However, her mom was struggling with a variety of issues, so she spent a lot of time with friends and lived primarily with her grandmother. Unfortunately, her dad was not around much. At the end of Anya's freshman year in high school, she learned that her father had taken his own life. This type of news is something that no child ever wants to hear about their dad, and certainly not a young woman in high school. Anya was grateful at that time to have the love and support of her grandmother. Unfortunately, near this same time, Anya's grandmother suffered a stroke and was no longer able to care for her. Then, during her sophomore year, Anya was called out of class by the Corona del Sol school resource officer and told that her mother had been trying to rescue a stray dog in an intersection and was struck and killed by a vehicle. The news was devastating, and yet Anya handled the tragedy with poise and grace. She returned to school more determined than ever to succeed. Few people were even aware of this traumatic event that Anya had just experienced. She remained an exceptional student and continued to go above and beyond with her classwork. Anya mourned privately, but her resilience shone through to those who knew her well. Today, Anya continues to exemplify the characteristics of a Courage Award recipient. She is driven, kind, smart, gregarious, and so much more. Her passion is competitive cheer, and she thrives in working in a team environment. She has found a new family, a kind and generous family, who has taken her in and given her much-needed stability. Anya plans to attend ASU in the fall, and she looks forward to starting a new chapter in her life. I want to close today with some words that Anya posted to a fundraising page that was started to help pay for her mother's funeral expenses, wherein she wrote, "To all of you who have graciously donated to this GoFundMe after the loss of my mother, I don't know where to begin in order to express my gratitude. The last year of my life has been the hardest, but knowing so many people stood behind me with love and generosity made it easier. I can't find the words to tell you all how incredibly thankful I am for all you have given me and my mom throughout the years. So thank you for everything, for loving me, for loving her, for being so generous and thoughtful, and for showing me that there is hope. I am eternally grateful. Tonight, Anya, we thank you. We thank you for sharing your story and reminding us all that with hope, anything is possible. We here all are in awe of your courage and grace, and we are honored to celebrate you as a 2019 Courage Award honoree. Please come up.
I would like to introduce to you a young man named Andrew Zani. Where are you, Andrew? I was just at your table. There you are. Andrew is a kind and courageous 12th grade student at Tempe High. He has broken through every barrier placed in his path and risen above them all. Andrew is one of 5 children, and when he was 10, his life drastically changed forever. Within that year, he lost every adult in his life. His father died suddenly. His mother, grandparents, aunts and uncles were arrested and received prison sentences, and his mother was deported after serving her sentence. Andrew and his 3 brothers were then placed in the same foster care home. Andrew lived with these foster parents for about a year, but unfortunately, this living situation did not work out. It was then that his older sister and her husband stepped up and took in Andrew. He had been struggling in school, so she moved him to Tempe High, where she had found success. Yay, Tempe High. Andrew began to gain back his confidence and make friends. Things were going well for him. Unfortunately, Andrew was struggling in his home life. During that summer, there was an argument, an altercation, and Andrew was once again removed from his home. It was then that his older brother, Jamie, and I've had the pleasure of meeting, he's a good guy. Pay attention, Jamie. Jamie took him in, and they have been living together since August. And I can see why this little family works out with you guys. Recently, Andrew and his brother were able to find an apartment closer to school. They are proud that they can afford an apartment and a car themselves, and Andrew looks up to Jamie and refers to him as his role model, and I can see why. Jamie has helped Andrew get a job at In-N-Out and tells Andrew, "I believe in you." We all need to hear that more often. I believe in you. Andrew's favorite class is Jobs for Arizona Graduates, known as JAG. He says he can be his normal self in Miss Moulton's classroom. That's not a surprise, Miss Moulton. He says she is like a mom to all of us and helps us out however she can and whatever is in her power. Andrew knows he can always talk to Miss Moulton. She tells him to use your resources and don't be afraid to talk to people. Andrew feels blessed to have her in his life. Andrew has thrived this year. He works full-time and took 7 classes last semester. Thanks to hard work and determination, Andrew has been able to get ahead in credits and will graduate on time. Andrew wants to go to ASU, yay ASU, and be the first one in his family to earn a degree, and I believe he's going to achieve that. I'm going to follow up on you, sir. Andrew has risen above so many obstacles. He has chosen not to be a victim, but instead to be a survivor. Andrew volunteers and serves on the board for Children's Action Alliance, a nonprofit that advocates for children in foster care. Andrew volunteers by talking with these kids about their options and rights. He believes that children in the system should have a voice. Andrew has a story that most people would not believe. The abuse he, his siblings, and a cousin had to live through was horrendous. Having his family split up and moved to different places and not being able to see or talk to them has been particularly painful for Andrew. However, he does not quit. He does not complain. He just straightens up his shoulders, stands taller, and moves forward without looking back. Every morning, Andrew says to himself, "Make this a good day." Andrew Zani, on behalf of the city of Tempe and in honor of your strength and perseverance, I am proud to present to you with this 2019 Youthfest Courage Award. Andrew, please come up and accept your award.
It's my honor to introduce Olivia Wambali as our next Courage Award recipient. If you ask Olivia about herself, you'll receive a quick glance, an infectious smile, and a humble response. What you might not see at first is a young woman who has the resilience that many of us can only hope to have as adults. While many young people attending middle school are dealing with everyday challenges of becoming a teenager, Olivia has had to face much greater challenges. At the age of 11, Olivia came to the United States with her mother and brother as refugees from Nigeria. The stress of relocating to another country took a significant toll on her mom's health, and her mom was unable to care for her kids. Sadly, Olivia and her new brother had to deal with yet another difficult transition and were placed with a new family. As Olivia entered her formative teenage years in a whole new environment, she became overwhelmed and struggled to find her identity and place in the world. Being bullied in middle school only added to the stress. These factors took a toll on her own health, and it made it hard for Olivia to take care of herself. However, she did not give up. Nevertheless, she persisted. Olivia had hopes that high school would signal a brighter chapter in her life. At Tempe High, Olivia forged a strong bond with her school social worker, Michelle Henson, who's seated over there. And with Miss Henson in her corner, she began to see that her best days were ahead. Today, Olivia is truly enjoying her best life. She's joined AVID, Advancement Via Individual Determination, and has received amazing support from her teacher, Mr. Reinhardt, who's also seated here. Olivia inspires her peers, her teachers, and the staff at Tempe High, especially in her AVID class. Mr. Reinhardt describes her as an absolute treasure and comments that everything she does in school seems to be driven by a desire to do well and better herself. Ms. Henson describes her as a person with an abundance of courage and admires all that she has had to overcome in her very young life. Her art teacher, Mrs. McLaughlin, echoes this sentiment and notes how committed Olivia is to the art process and understanding difficult concepts through practice and reflection. Connecting with the arts is important to Olivia. She finds strength in listening to music and singing, and I'd hoped you'd come up and sing a song, but you said you wouldn't. As a student at the East Valley Institute of Technology, Olivia is exploring a career in cosmetology after she graduates. Models, singers, and YouTubers, so maybe there's a connection here, inspire her. Perhaps we'll see Olivia sharing her cosmetology kit tips on YouTube in the future. Olivia would like to thank Mr. Reinhardt, Ms. Henson, her best friend, and all of the good people around her who have positively impacted her life. Getting to know Olivia means meeting someone who is independent, sometimes social, sometimes quiet, but most importantly, she is determined. And so on behalf of the city of Tempe, it is my delight to honor Olivia Wambeli with a 2019 Courage Award. Come on up, Olivia.
Please join me once again in recognizing these fine young people with another round of applause. And personal from me to you, never give up on your dreams, no matter how impossible they seem to reach. Just hold on to that happiness you feel right now and never let that go.